Well, all observers are agreed on this. It is the point where the competition gets really serious. Top teams now fielding their best available lineups in front of big crowds. A lot of noise, great expectation, and the sense that the possibility of silverware is at hand. This is a big chance. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture-perfect for a game of this nature. Well, there is a perceptibly greater sense of urgency from both sides here, with a place in the last four on the line.
All the 8 sides still left here are perfectly entitled to think they have a good shot at this, Peter. It is quite an atmosphere here, and that's clearly raised the bar in terms of expectations from the crowd. They genuinely think, or certainly the feel is, that they'll get to see the game of the tournament.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Cuts it out. Hoists it forward. Gets wrestled off the ball. Oh, surely that deserved better.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Oh, that is hot! And a shot! In he goes again! Goal! He was never going to miss from there.
Well, as they say, Peter, if you don't speculate, you won't accumulate. And we've just witnessed a player who was rewarded for his willingness to take a risk, as cunning as it comes.
Munich take the early advantage. Got a size, real chance! And yes, it's there! And already they're looking to run away with it. The vision wonderful, the technique perfect.
Well, the goalkeeper would have helped to make his mind up on how he was going to finish it.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition look completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
Good run down the left. What can they make of it? Oh, that's nice. Tries the cross. That's a brilliant interception. Offside that time. Chance! And the ball's come. Oh, real danger here. Has a hit! And the shot! That is terrific skill. Can't get the better of his opposite number. Towering header! He's got options in the box if he gets his header. Goes for goal! Clearance and very necessary. First 45 minutes are up. Views on the first half.
Oh, they had their opponents reeling in that half, Peter, and the break may influence a change somehow, but don't hold me to it.
Munich in control at half-time, 2-0. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. That has put a stop to that. It's come loose. Mateus. Good take by the keeper, he's read that well. To intervene and dispel the growing danger. Well weighted. Oh, real danger here. Has a goal! And it's there! And the lead is 3. It is surely done.
Munich are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
Munich take a 3-goal lead and they are romping out of sight. Mateus. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? Tries a shot! And in it goes! Them now. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, I think that defence there thought they were in good position and they had him where they wanted, yet somehow he's worked the scoring position when it didn't see him on. It's really crafty business, that.
His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. Munich can make their change now with a break in play.
Yeah, their position is a dominant one now, Peter, so introducing one of the youngsters for some added experience is bang on.
Munich tear their opponents apart once again. They are utterly ruthless.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Keeper's got good distance on that. Plays it out to the wing. Now the ball's come loose and the chase is on.
Well, to be honest, I think they're all show and no substance. Where's the final product?
Just brushed off the ball there. And there goes the final whistle. Munich hold their first leg lead. They have maximised home advantage, and at the midway point of the tie, they are really well placed. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Munich simply imposed their strength from start to finish, and this became as predictable as predicted.
So we're down to the last 8. The competition, you sense, rapidly heading towards its big climax. A dash for the finishing line, the showpiece final. Welcome to our live coverage on quarter-final day. It is good to have you with us, and you can see that the atmosphere is building very nicely. Super noise, grand level of expectation, and that is only rising as we head towards kick-off time. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. So this is where we're up to in the quarterfinals. Already plenty enough to get the juices flowing.
Well, look, when you reach this stage of the competition, you begin to think you can go the distance. Now, the big characters in either dressing room will be stressing the need to find whatever it takes to get through. Has everyone got the substance and character to make it happen? These are the questions that both of these sides have to answer today, and one side will obviously do it that bit better.
There's the whistle. Riedler. Chapuisat plays it out to the wing. Out to the left it goes. Oh, that is lovely footwork. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, managed to get it away. Gets on Chapuisat! Your thoughts?
You know, looking back on that, I honestly think that the keeper could have helped that situation. You can see the whole picture in front of you and let that defence know. But it seems the message didn't come across very well, and I think they were duly punished.
Deadlock broken. It's 1-0.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
Hoists it forward. Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Looking cross-field, changing the point of attack. And he has been fouled there. And no surprise, that's a booking. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. It's a loose ball. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Cut out in the nick of time. Riedler. He goes long. He's picked him out. Chapuisat! Oh, that's a fine save!
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Defending of the desperate variety. Shapes to shoot! Tries to get it clear. And the finish! Knocks it away. Lovely feet. We've reached half-time. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It was very, very tight.
I'm sure they'll be very happy with the first half performance and the scoreline. They'll definitely want to maintain the momentum now and finish the job.
Dortmund leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we're off again.
Dortmund going well here, and they're in a good position to kick on and add to their lead. They don't have to overcommit, but they can place more emphasis on stretching their advantage without necessarily neglecting things defensively.
Chapuisat. Chance! It's broken loose. That intervention was very necessary. Out of play for a throw. Summer. Built as the single goal between the sides. Shoots! It's anyone's ball. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Plays it out to the flank. Gets away from his opponent. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. It'll be a throw-in. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Good challenge, he just stood firm.
Hamburg are actually displaying tremendous fighting spirit. There's a real belief.
And the shot! In it goes! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt.
Oh, look, the keeper didn't know whether he was coming or going in the end, and he just got lost.
Hamburg can make their change now with a break in play.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
So that's two now without reply. Dortmund win at home. 90 minutes still to play on the road, but they have a lead to cling to. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Yeah, and the result that was true to form, a big team beating a not-so-big team, and the lesson dealt.
Well, all observers are agreed on this. It is the point where the competition gets really serious. Top teams now fielding their best available lineups in front of big crowds. A lot of noise, great expectation, and the sense that the possibility of silverware is at hand. This is a big chance. So what a stage for the players to take to here ahead of such an important game. Well, there is a perceptibly greater sense of urgency from both sides here, with a place in the last four on the line.
All the 8 sides still left here are perfectly entitled to think they have a good shot at this, Peter. It is quite an atmosphere here, and that's clearly raised the bar in terms of expectations from the crowd. They genuinely think, or certainly the feel is, that they'll get to see the game of the tournament.
So off we go then. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Has a pop! Goal! There is the breakthrough!
Bochum are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
Bochum take the early advantage. Forward it goes. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Tries to get it forward quickly. Good ball. And he's there to clear it. Plays it out to the wing. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. There has been just the early goal here, and it's 1-0. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Well positioned to make that interception. Could move up a gear here. Well, try as they might, they just couldn't get into an attacking area. Hoists it forward, cut out in the nick of time. Finds himself eased off the ball. It's being played forward. Plays it out to the flank. Corner given. And this could be the final action of the first half. Keeper has beaten it away. Has a hit! Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given.
Well, if he's serious about trying from this range, I think he must feel he can generate the power. Big ask.
What a save! Terrific reactions! Oh, he's pulled off a fine... There is the half-time whistle. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The victory did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
I'm sure they'll be very happy with the first half performance and the scoreline. They'll definitely want to maintain the momentum now and finish the job.
Bochum for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Bochum going well here, and they're in a good position to kick on and add to their lead. They don't have to overcommit, but they can place more emphasis on stretching their advantage without necessarily neglecting things defensively.
And that's been levered clear. Still just a single goal between the sides. Gelsenkirchen keeping their men at arm's length here.
Yeah, I just think it's a conservative move to deny runners the opportunity of going beyond that rear guard.
And it's played forward with a delicate ball. Timely intervention.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
He's gone for it! Forward it goes. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Checks on the touchline, a change about to occur.
Gelsenkirchen are definitely not going down without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
Plays a clever pass.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
And it's played forward, looks to thread it through. Bochum, that could spell trouble. Going through, has a goal! It's in! And with that goal comes comfort. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
It's rarely a problem when that much time is afforded in the penalty box. Nobody sensed where the danger was lurking, and the finish was made a lot easier.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Yeah, looks very much like the final nail in the coffin for me, I have to say.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So home advantage told. They have the win they wanted and have a useful lead to carry away with them into the second leg. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Bochum were very impressive here, Peter. The backbone of this team is so strong, and it proved to be the decisive area.
So we're down to the last 8. The competition, you sense, rapidly heading towards its big climax. A dash for the finishing line, the showpiece final. Welcome to our live coverage on quarter-final day. It is good to have you with us, and you can see that the atmosphere is building very nicely. Super noise, grand level of expectation, and that is only rising as we head towards kick-off time. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture-perfect for a game of this nature. Well, there is a perceptibly greater sense of urgency from both sides here, with a place in the last 4 on the line.
All the 8 sides still left here are perfectly entitled to think they have a good shot at this, Peter. It is quite an atmosphere here, and that's clearly raised the bar in terms of expectations from the crowd. They genuinely think, or certainly the feel is, that they'll get to see the game of the tournament.
So that's got things underway. And he's on a charge. Can he get the shot? There's the shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Hoists it forward. It into the middle, timely intervention. He's making a real surge on the left. He gets past his man. Big chance! And he's done it! A pretty simple finish in the end. What do you think, Jim?
Well, it's pretty damning on the part of that defence, Peter, that he was allowed so much time and space. But I think you have to give credit where it's due. And it was a brilliant setup and finish.
Stuttgart take the lead, 1-0.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
Dinks one in. He's made sure that that won't get through. Well, he acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Peter, his body shape was a giveaway before he made the pass, and its obviousness was appreciated.
Goes for goal! It is over the line. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Hardly anything between the sides, and the score is 1-0. Forward it goes. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And he's going long. You can get that clear. Has a pop! Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Stuttgart seeking to maximise the moment. Stuttgart with a chance here to increase their lead. Good, strong hand by the keeper. it's half-time here. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal, which is very, very tight. We're back on the first 45 minutes.
Stuttgart deserve to be ahead and probably should be in front by more considering the amount of chances they've managed. Everything points to more of the same second half and a good solid win.
Stuttgart come in, having established that lead. A game where the narrative is, at least in terms of the scoreline, so far so good. Already up and running for the second half.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
And the finish! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Stuttgart are looking quite mean on the counter, and combating that requires even more meanness.
Gets away from his opponents. Goes for it! He's got away with one there.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
Great leap! Oh, good interception. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, the ride is still a bit bumpy, Peter, so they're chasing the cushion of a second goal.
Well positioned to make that interception. He's got away. Has a pop! Chip through. It's got through to him. Going through. And he's cut it out.
Cologne are definitely not going down without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
The ball's come loose and the chase is on.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
He's got away.
Stuttgart certainly don't need to overcommit now. Their priority lies further back.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Cologne can make their change now with a break in play.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
And once more they can't get through. That's been drilled forward. Battles to win it back. It's come loose. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Stuttgart win at home. 90 minutes still to play on the road, but they have a lead to cling to. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, a result which owed much to grind and graft, Peter. Not the prettiest of wins, but a very professional performance, I would say. And a clean sheet, of course, is always very welcome.
Düsseldorf are in need of a minor miracle here. Having been soundly beaten in the first leg, they really are hanging on by a thread. The story couldn't be any more different for their opponents, who are brimming with confidence, full of certainty, and looking to press home their substantial advantage to secure a semi-final place, which many argue is already all but theirs. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. Well, one wonders whether the difference has already been made. Can things turn round this time?
Well, it's happened before, Peter, and there's nothing to say that it can't happen here. Based on the evidence of what I saw in the first leg, I have to be honest and say it's at least mission improbable. There's only one real way to do this, and an early goal would obviously be key, something the opposition know only too well. The early minutes may well be crucial in setting the tone.
There's the whistle. Düsseldorf lost in the first leg, away. He's gone for it! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, if that was their intention pre-match, let me tell you, it's worked out very nicely. I think for the skipper to chip in with a goal too is a bonus, but this game has already taken on a real attacking edge, and long may that continue.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. There was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead. And the weighted pass. Shade too heavy, keeper can pick that up. There has been just the early goal here, and it's 1-0. That wasn't the greatest of balls. They're more than happy to take the muscular approach. Now the counter. Dinks one in. And the finish! Oh, the ball's come loose! Out to the left it goes. Clears it out of harm's way. Cuts it out. Played out to the right. Right through the middle. Oh, really good feet from him. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. He's having a go. It's on a plate. And the follow-up. There's a goal!
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Looks to clip it forward. It's a decent ball. Goalkeeper's ball. The ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. He spotted the run and played him through. And that's been levered clear. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
Oh, he's got a crucial block in there.
And we've reached half-time. So, a very watchable game so far. Action at both ends and the team's level.
Well, Peter, it's 45 minutes to conjure something up now. They've been better than the first leg, but the pressure is really on, and they have to answer to it.
It's been a really interesting game up to now, and the sides are predictably very well matched. Hoping perhaps for a little bit more from both parties in the second half, but as it stands, it's one each. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Out to the right. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Loose ball, who's going to get that? Hoists it forward, gets it back. He's through, now is he in? He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. Barbel. He came in hard, very hard. Strong challenge, but well within the laws. Goes for goal! Plays it back. Goes for goal! Size all around the ground. Horrible miss.
You get the feeling that whoever scores the next goal here will be the winners of this tie. They can't afford to waste chances like that, though.
So here comes a substitution. It's going to be a double change then. Great leap! Home support won't enjoy that. And it's played forward. Oh, good interception. Almost nothing left on the clock. Shot at goal! Size all around the ground. Horrible miss. Could move up a gear here. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. It's a promising ball. He's had a go! There to hoof it away. That's it. They are out. Ball square here, and they are gone. The first leg deficit proved not to be recoverable, and despite a better effort here, their race is run. Well, considering what happened in the first game, Jim, how do you think they've done here?
Yeah, they can call it a moral victory, Peter, and nothing else. They left themselves with too much to do coming in.
Well, this is the beauty of a two-legged tie. No matter what the first leg score, it is only half-time. Having said that, there comes a point when even the most optimistic of us would have to say that there is little chance of a comeback from here. After being thoroughly deflated by their first leg performance, which was diplomatically referred to as disappointing, is there a way back into this? Well, we'll find out over the next couple of hours, but their prospects seem bleak. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture perfect for a game of this nature. Well, one wonders whether the difference has already been made. Can things turn round this time?
Well, it's happened before, Peter, and there's nothing to say that it can't happen here. But based on the evidence of what I saw in the first leg, I have to be honest and say it's at least mission improbable. There's only one real way to do this, and an early goal would obviously be key, something the opposition know only too well. The early minutes may well be crucial in setting the tone.
So we're up and running. Hamburg were defeated on their travels in the first leg. And that's a result that's left them down and all but out in the race for the semi-finals. Hits one! An early chance, their first of the game. Rota. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Dashing forward at pace. Roof goes for goal! We've got a goal! First blood drawn. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, none of us were exactly sure how that was going to end up then, but I'm delighted to see such a happy ending after such a splendid dribbling run. I mean, he really did fool that defence into wondering what he was going to do next.
Hamburg take the lead, landing the first significant blow in what is certainly a significant contest. Could move up a gear here. Goes long. He's gone for it! Forward it goes.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
The through ball has a pop, and the ball's come out. Corner given. Can't get the better of his opposite number. Heinrich. Breaks on here. Has a hit! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
Looks to clip it forward. And the counter is on. And that'll be the last act of the first half. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
I really did think they'd had it. Who knows what the next 45 minutes can produce? I love surprises.
Hamburg leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we're off again.
Hamburg going well here, and they're in a good position to kick on and add to their lead. They don't have to overcommit, but they can place more emphasis on stretching their advantage without necessarily neglecting things defensively.
Goes down, but nothing given. And now they can launch a counter. Good ball. Goalkeeper's ball. Wiedler. Can he find a finish now? Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Ball through needs to be good here. Has a hit! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
Dortmund have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution. Sommer. Zorc. Sommer. Tries to get it forward quickly. Zorc. Over to the left. Played back in. Well, they can break here. Hoists it high.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver. This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
Tries a shot! Oh, and that should have been two.
Well, he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
Time for a change in personnel. Well, the referee's seen the board, and he's going to allow a double change to go ahead now. Tries to get it clear. It's on up, going for goal! More pressure on the opposition goal.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
That's it! They are out! Winners, but only up to a point. The first leg deficit proved too great to hold back, and their victory is a mere consolation on the way out. Well, given the outcome of the first game, Jim, what are you thinking now?
Well, Peter, it was always going to be an uphill struggle, and while they've restored some pride, they lost it in the first leg.
Gelsenkirchen are in need of a minor miracle here. Having been soundly beaten in the first leg, they really are hanging on by a thread. The story couldn't be any more different for their opponents, who are brimming with confidence, full of certainty, and looking to press home their substantial advantage to secure a semi-final place, which many argue is already all but theirs. So what a stage for the players to take to here ahead of such an important game. So can there be sufficient reaction, a backlash against what we saw in the first leg?
Well, it's happened before, Peter, and there's nothing to say that it can't happen here. But based on the evidence of what I saw in the first leg, I have to be honest and say it's at least mission improbable. There's only one real way to do this, and an early goal would obviously be key, something the opposition know only too well. The early minutes may well be crucial in setting the tone.
And we're underway. Gelsenkirchen were defeated on their travels in the first leg. Hits one! Is an awful miss.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Chance! Oh, what a wonderful stop!
Oh, that's a sparkling save, absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Knocks it away.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what are they trying to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push.
Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Hit into the middle. That intervention was very necessary. And help's available out wide. He's there to receive it. Tries a shot! It's in! First blood drawn. Oh, high quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second. Gelsenkirchen have made their breakthrough, so can they build on it? It's a good run down the left-hand side. Gets it back. Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Forward it goes. Tries to get it forward quickly. Brings it forward. The ball's come loose and the chase is on. Hoists it forward. And the first 45 minutes are up. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It was very, very tight.
That's entertainment, and as always in these circumstances, mistakes have played their part. So if they can reduce those errors, they may well pull through.
Gelsenkirchen leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. So off we go once more. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Going through. Oh, that is asking for tries one! Header! Oh, he's got that completely wrong. And it's played forward. Over to the left. Almost an hour gone. And it's sprayed out wide. Knocks one in. Plays it out to the flank. Oh, good take and the shot! Back of the net! Parity restored, and the whole thing shifts once more. There was to be only one outcome.
Yeah, and he knew all along what he wanted to do, and it's a really great instinctive finish.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Look, get your seatbelts on, because this is showing all the signs of another roller coaster ride.
Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. He's picked him out. He gets past his man. Has a hit! They are rampant! And that gives them an overall lead.
Gelsenkirchen are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. Bochum making another change here. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
He's got away. Gets away from his opponent. Shot at goal! It's in! Results no longer in doubt. It's just about how many.
Looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
Gelsenkirchen tear their opponents apart once again. They are utterly ruthless.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition look completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
Nicely measured pass. Gets the better of his man. Has a pop! He scored! Just another one to add to what has already been an incredible haul.
Well, I wasn't expecting them to go this big, Peter, but they have been superb.
He snaffles his third, and that earns him the match ball.
Oh, this has been an immense contribution from one player. He's been just about unplayable. The irresistible force today.
Gills. And that's that. So now do you believe? You have to. Just 2 more steps to glory. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Gelsenkirchen won thanks to a disciplined game plan. Homework provided the groundwork, and it exploited an obvious central weakness.
Cologne are back, having licked their wounds, having been stung on the road in the first leg. They come back home to face the same opponents, albeit with the substantial advantage of partisan support on their own patch. The margin of defeat was relatively small, and that gives rise to the feeling that this tie is still open to them. A thought that has rubbed off on the optimistic and voluble supporters from whom we hear in every corner of the ground. So what a stage for the players to take to here ahead of such an important game. So can home advantage make the difference? They've got to try and turn it round.
Well, the fact that there's only 1 goal in it, Peter, makes the semi-final very achievable. This is a time for calculated risk-taking. Perhaps a big effort to score an early goal, ease the pressure a little, and create a patience to rely on thereafter. I think it'll be intriguing to see how they'll set about managing this.
So it's away we go then. Cologne lost in the first leg away from home. That means that should they fail to overturn the deficit here, that will be it. Forward it goes. Oh, good interception. Did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Defending of the desperate variety.
Oh, we don't even need to look at the stats, do we, Peter? 0 attempts, 0 goals, and excitement, forget it.
Just brushed off the ball there. Regardless of the outcome, it is good to see someone running at the defence like that. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Keeper's got good distance on that. Looks to dink one in. Stuttgart claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. Well played, he saw that coming. Could move up a gear here. He's still going. Where to next? Going for goal! And he's there to make a great save.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
This possibly the last play of the half. Towering header! And the first 45 minutes are up. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless.
Well, having lost the first leg, Peter, an early goal settler was first on the menu, but there's still time to serve up the main course here.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half.
At least there's always a plus side to a scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should, and it's going to take good imagination to break the deadlock here.
Brought forward, what does he try from here? They continue each to cancel the other out. It's gone for a throw-in. Tries to get it forward quickly. Plays it out to the flank. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Time for a change in personnel. And it's got through. He's got away. Has a hit! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
Hoists it forward. Up towards the front line. He's made sure that that won't get through. Is there any support? He might... And the shot! It's in! They are firmly back in business.
Cologne are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead. Oh no, that's not the ball he wanted. And it's played forward. Decent looking ball. Going through, shot at goal!
looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
Stuttgart are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Look, with time running out, they have to get the ball in the penalty box, and if it means a long punt, then so be it. They've got to give themselves a chance.
And that will be the final act. Cologne through to the semi-finals. The trophy almost touchable. You cannot help but fancy them. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.